Urgent, Planet X, NASA hiding things from us, and Earth coming catastrophe. These are images from NASA, and of course it'll have to do with the pole shift, it has to do with the electromagnetic jolt, it has to do with the brown dwarf star that about 2 years ago NASA said is at the edges of our solar system. They did tell us that. After of course, uncovering the swath of darkened sky that was in the Google sky maps that we had. We all wondered why they were doing that. And this is why.
On Before It's News, August 24th. Urgent. NASA has just been caught in a huge lie, and we are in serious trouble. It's time to pray like never before. Videos, photos, and Bible prophecy are included in the body of the article. NASA has just been caught in a huge lie, and things are getting more serious than ever before. If there was ever a time to lie down flat on your stomach just like King David did and show total humility to God, the time is right now, says Lynn Lees. She says, first let me begin by showing you all of NASA's lies in relation to the breaking news I'm about to share with you. Then after you see all of their lies for yourself, you'll have the final confirmation that we are indeed heading for an event so destructive, so out of this world literally, we can't even begin to fathom it. Something astonishing was just uncovered, and I couldn't believe it myself at first glance. So there's a video embedded here. It shows the uncovering of the blocked out, blotted spot covered in a black square, showing that NASA was hiding something in the night sky, in the Google night sky, and it has uncovered that blotted out area. And what is shown which was of course covered up for a certain amount of time, and mysteriously now someone has taken the decision to reveal it to the public worldwide, is the mysterious winged planet believed to be Planet X or Nibiru. And this is of course the infamous Planet X that Zecharia Sitchin was referring to, and the infamous Planet X that Planet X Nibiru that NASA claims does not exist. Well, here it is, it exists now. And it seems to be coming very close to us. So there's a featured video here entitled Urgent, NASA caught in huge lie and we are in serious danger. Time to pray harder than ever. Very interesting. It's important that people watch it. Google Sky has just uncovered an area in space that was previously censored, hidden, showing us what appeared to be Planet X, also known as Nibiru, and according to in-depth studies, it's allegedly heading towards Earth. Towards us. NASA has clearly been lying to us, and there's more on this as to how the calculations state to show that it's coming towards us. That's why NASA has been lying to us, not to have a worldwide panic, but now they revealed it. Could they be lying to us about other events that people have been sounding the alarm about? The answer is yes. But first, from an article on the NASA website, published a little over a year ago, that was March 7th, 2004. Quote, after searching hundreds of millions of objects across our sky, NASA's Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, that's the acronym WISE, has turned up no evidence of the hypothesized celestial body in our solar system, commonly dubbed Planet X. Researchers previously had theorized about the existence of this large but unseen celestial body, expected to lie somewhere beyond the orbit of Pluto. In addition to Planet X, the body had garnered other nicknames, including Nemesis and Tyche. This recent study, which involved an examination of WISE data, that's the infrared telescope, Survey Explorer, WISE, data covering the entire sky in infrared light found no object the eyes of Saturn or larger exists out of the distance of 10,000 astronomical units, AU, and no object larger than Jupiter exists out to 26,000 AU units. 1 astronomical unit equals 93 million miles. That's the Earth. The Earth is 1 astronomical unit, Pluto about 40 astronomical units from the Sun. So 1 AU is a distance from the Earth to the Sun. And within 24 hours of the original discovery back in 1983, the media was completely silent. And it says here, see here a quote from the article posted in Telehub June 7, 2014. In November of 1983, NASA's IRIS infrared telescope discovered an unbelievably huge, massive, what looked like a slowly burning star, a big object headed right towards our solar system from the region of Orion, stated Dr. Dason Rand, researcher and author of the book Return of Planet X, in his opening remarks during the historical interview, pointing out how openly and well announced the discovery was that day. However, like clockwork, 24 hours later the media was completely silent on the matter, and you heard not even a peep as national security protocols were implemented in the highest levels of the government and media, and from then on it would be almost a complete informational blackout. The public didn't name Planet X, the government did. That's the first rule of Planet X 101, Rand pointed out passionately. Rand then made mention of the 1984 U.S. News and World Report article, which revealed yet another clue to what NASA found. They named it a brown dwarf star, said Rand. Embedded in this article is a YouTube video by David Morrison of NASA denying the existence of Planet X. He's the NASA senior scientist, David Morrison, PhD. The IntelliHub article goes on to say, Zecharia Sitchin, renowned author and researcher, has stated that Planet X flies through space in a highly elliptical orbit approaching Earth from the south on an angular plane, then slingshotting around the backside of the Sun before exiting back out of our solar system every 3,600 years. So maybe that was the time of the Exodus of Moses. That was about 1,500 BC. So it seems that we're in the range of that time period. It has also been said that you can only see the brown dwarf star approaching low on the horizon from a vantage point of the Earth's southern hemisphere, making spotting the planet early on difficult for most of the world population. And also intriguing in relation to its name, Nibiru. In a Wikipedia entry on Zecharia Sitchin, it states, according to Sitchin's interpretation of Mesopotamian iconography and symbology outlined in his book dated 1976, The 12th Planet, and its sequels, there is an undiscovered planet beyond Neptune that follows a long elliptical orbit reaching the inner solar system roughly every 3,600 years. This planet is called Nibiru, although Jupiter was a planet associated with the god Marduk in Babylonian cosmology. According to Sitchin, Nibiru, whose name was replaced with Marduk in original legends by the Babylonian ruler of the same name in an attempt to co-opt the creation for himself, leading to some confusion among readers, collided catastrophically with Tiamat, a goddess in the Babylonian creation myth, the Enuma Elis, which he considers to be another planet once located between Mars and Jupiter. This collision supposedly formed the planet Earth, the asteroid belt, and the comets. Sitchin states that when struck by one of the planet Nibiru's moons, Tiamat split in two, and then on a second pass, Nibiru itself struck the broken fragments, and one half of Tiamat became the asteroid belt. The second half, struck again by one of Nibiru's moons, was pushed into a new orbit and became today's planet Earth. Could this account for the increasing changes in weather, seasons and tides, volcanic activity, tectonic activity, and more, even tornadoes now striking as early as June? As I stated in my feature video at the beginning of this article, heavenly bodies approaching Earth's atmosphere do indeed cause significant changes in the magnetic activity, she says. And for many years now, governments have been keenly aware of an approaching celestial body, or as well known as a brown dwarf star, as well as 3,600-year cycle of destruction, and clearly discussed in the ancient Sumerian cylinder seals. The ancient cylinder seals, as well as other ancient documents. The Washington Post article dated December 30th, 1983 on page A1 states, "A heavenly body, possibly as large as the giant planet Jupiter, and possibly so close to Earth that it would be part of this solar system, has been found in the direction of the constellation Orion by an orbiting telescope aboard the U.S. infrared astronomical satellite." So mysterious is the object that astronomers do not know if it's a planet, a giant comet, a nearby protostar that never got hot enough to become a star, a distant galaxy so young that it's still in the process of forming its first stars, or a galaxy so shredded in dust that none of the light cast by its stars ever gets through. "All I can tell you is that we don't know what it is," said Dr. Jerry Neubauer, IRA's chief scientist for California's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and director of the Palomar Observatory of the California Institute of Technology. And he said in an interview, see also article from Discovery News referring to Nibiru as an imaginary planet and harshly criticizing those who believe in such a thing. So they're contradicting what the scientists said in December of '83. That's interesting. Scientists are contradicting each other. Planet X Nibiru exists. Planet X Nibiru doesn't exist. From an article issuing a statement NASA was forced to publicly make weeks ago, it said, NASA knows of no asteroid or comet currently on a collision course with Earth, so the probability of a major collision is quite small, said a NASA spokesman. In fact, as best as we can tell, no large object is likely to strike the Earth any time in the next several hundred years. So now Google Sky uncovers an area in space that was previously censored, hidden, showing us what appears to be Planet X Nibiru. And from what it says in IntelliHub, for years it's been speculated by conspiracy theorists and some astronomers that Google Sky had been censoring what's known as Planet X or Nibiru from the general public's view online. And now, shockingly, this massive swath of Google Sky that was covering up what was, of course, the bright winged Planet X Nibiru that was censored has been made visible by Google for anyone wishing to see, for our viewing pleasure. As of now, it's currently unknown why Google restricted access and why it unrestricted access to the planetary system, which was the focus of the late Zecharia Sitchin, who wrote numerous publications on the planet Nibiru. And that is the image we have with a close-up shot in 2005. You can see the winged disk as described by Sitchin and others. And it's almost uncanny. The system is currently located at 5 hours, 42 minutes, 21 seconds. There's another interesting YouTube video embedded in this article by Gilles Broussard of the YouTube channel Planet 7X. And his video is entitled Summary of Events of Planet 7X. It's interesting, we should all watch it, very informative. Based on his calculations, he believes Nibiru should go past the Earth on March 26, 2016, on Passover. That's the Easter period. He also believes that based on his in-depth research, this has always brought some major biblical event. The 3,600-year cycle, that is. Here is his future video in this. It's embedded in the article. I'll leave a link below for you. You can see this. And there is a video by Paul Begley as well, and he mentions the same thing as well, what Gilles Broussard has done. And they refer to, of course, biblical prophecy. So, and this is what Broussard states in his About section on his YouTube channel. He says, is Planet X real, and is it biblical? My main focus is to inform viewers of the findings in the field of biblical astronomy, and how these resulting anomalies correlate to biblical records. 3 years of research along with astronomical software models of each event that have a repeated overlay to a depth and degree to which the data cross-validated itself was beyond expectations. And it says, number 1, a representative portion of the information collected. Number 2, charts, graphs, and other data supporting the existence of a mystery planet, which is called Planet 7X, for 7 times Earth's diameter. Number 3, there's a very strong evidence indicating its imminent end time appearance. So he says he doesn't claim to have all the answers, but the considerable research that he's conducted is accurate to the extent of his ability to correlate the data. So I'll leave a link below for you. This is very interesting, worthwhile watching these YouTube videos, especially of the Gilles Brossard, Planet 7X. God bless you and God help us all. This is, of course, our Lord Jesus Christ's prophecy, as what he told his disciples, what would come before the second coming.
If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.